drove into the city. We're gonna get some photography done today. It is Monday, video's coming out later. I'm gonna try and focus on some long exposure shots as I got my new tripod just there. So we're gonna use that in today's video, get some other stuff going on. I'll chuck on the GoPro in a bit and we'll get out there. Okay, so Corey's down there. We're gonna meet up with him and get some first shots going. I've got the tripod just here. I wanna get a long exposure of this street just here because it has lots and lots of cars and foot traffic and lights going through. So I think it can make some really interesting long exposure shots. So let's get the camera out and see what we can get. So switch over to the GoPro. We've got this shot lined up. You can't really see that well, but I put on the 135mm lens. I'm shooting at 5 seconds there at f/22 for 100 ISO. It should get a decently nice long exposure, and I'll put the results up on the screen after it comes up. But I've still got the same shot here. I've lowered the ISO here because it was still a little too bright for my liking. But as the lights go green here, we're gonna start this 2-second timer and see what shot we can get with this. Here we go, what did we get? Sadly, yeah, they're still all pretty still. We're gonna try one more time with that. I really do want to get some nice shots here. This is only the first spot of the day though. We are going to try and keep getting some more long exposures all over the city. I want to go over to the bridge over to South Bank later, as well as some other spots. So stay keen for more of this and some other long exposure tricks coming along. Okay, so next spot just around the corner as the bus passes. We are just down here. We were up on that bridge over there. You can't really see it, but I'm gonna try and get a long exposure of all of these people crossing the street as they walk. I hope I can get a lot of their heads in shot as they actually walk over towards the camera. I'm gonna set it to a slightly slower one. So I think we're gonna do about only a we're in movie mode. Only gonna do about a 1 or 2 second exposure. I think I'm gonna start with 1.6. You have to put your aperture on pretty much the highest because I want the shot to be quite dark. A little lighter than that though. And you can always just use your ISO to adjust it down, but having that aperture all the way at the largest one helps you get as much as possible in focus as well in your shot. So you kind of, even if you're not in focus, you don't miss your shot with the long exposure because it does take more time to get it. So let's see what we can get here. This will just be a first attempt. Oh, they don't show as much. I'll have to use an even lower one, and I'm gonna take 10 shots at the same time so that it tries to capture as many people as possible. But I'll chuck in the photos after this because you can't hear me at the moment because all the buses and cars passing, so chuck them in now. goes with those long exposures. They looked all right. I wish I could have gotten a bit more detail in the people and maybe some more light trailers as they walk by. But we'll see what we can get at the next spot. I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit darker, get some food first, and then I shall catch you guys over there. Okay, so we're here over at the bridge. I want to get a nice shot with me sitting on this barrier. I'm gonna jump over the railing here, do a little bit of a sketchy one, but it should produce a really nice kind of self-portrait shot with some really cool light trails from the bus just going straight behind me real close. And I think it'll be a really nice shot. Gonna get a couple here, and then we're also gonna try and get some shots of the road just next to it straight afterwards. So let's get into it. I'm gonna take the GoPro with me on this one because I'll be jumping over the barrier and sitting there, and you'll get to come along for the ride for this one, and I'll chuck them in afterwards. So let's get it. Photography adventures with me in the city. It's fun most of the time. I'm gonna set my camera up over here, see if we can get some light trails. Gonna plonk the tripod down just there. It's a little, ooh, I like that actually. I'm gonna see if I can, there, that's alright, focus. I should get some decent light trails. Chuck down the bag, click, go. We're gonna lean here and stand perfectly still, looking at the camera. Hopefully some of those looked alright. We've actually got a really nice puddle here. Might try and get some shots with that puddle.
You got a pretty interesting one from there.
Oh, let's see what we got. Alright. Oh yeah, that's alright. Get a better look. You guys will obviously see the, oh, there we go. That one's pretty good. You guys will see this. I'll chuck it up on the screen now. It is a pretty nice long exposure. I got the light trails behind me. I did move a little bit, but it's kind of hard to stand still perfectly for 10 seconds. So we're gonna try and get similar sort of shots. Probably gonna hop back on the 135 though to get a bit longer focal length on that one for the road, so we can get some nice light trails on there. But otherwise, I think that is a pretty successful shot for this spot. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, so literally quite just across from the last spot we got the previous long exposure at. I also want to get one of these cars. We've got the M1 highway just over here that leads all the way across the bridge. And I want to get a long exposure. I've got the 135mm setup over here. I want all of the light trails going back and forth, you know, the very typical red and white long exposure. I think it could look really good if I can get a lot of cars in there. It's not exactly the busiest night on a Monday night, but we will see what we can get. I'll chuck the long exposures in now.
That one's usable anyway, so.
Yeah, still some nice shots.
Yeah.
You guys can see them here, sadly.
We got to
Corey
show.
will be posting these on his gram. You guys have to go check him out at Corey LA. I'll put it down on the screen here so you guys can go check his Instagram out. It'll be a little bit better, and you get to see, oh, all of his, he gets these really, really cool double exposures he's been trying to get out today.
Doesn't come with the red battery bar though.
Doesn't come with the red battery bar, but he's got some really sick shots on his page, so you have to go check him out, and also go check mine out because there'll be some new shots there and some more news about Europe because I leave in 2 weeks, so I will be getting more shots of that and more info. I'll also be displaying my tripod in a coming up video. Let me guys know in the comments below if you guys want to see all of my gear. I've been thinking about making a gear video showing off all my gear before I go to Europe, how I'm going to pack my bags and stuff, just so you guys know a little bit more about what it takes and what I am taking to Europe, because it's my first time traveling as a photographer. So I just want to share the experience with all you guys and really bring some of that to the channel. So apart from that, I will see you guys in the next video and catch you another time. Woo woo!